Are you one of those people that can get really overwhelmed when loads of things change? Like, this set is new. Her hair is new. It's been weeks, Steph, and you've not put out a video, and you said you bring out videos every Friday. I thought I could depend on you. Well, the truth is, I am not dependable, and everything changes. Welcome to Science with Steph, the show where I think way too much about the world around us and then share the best bits with you guys. This week I'm talking about how to cope with change. The saying goes that the only certainties in life are death and taxes, but really the only certainty is change. At any time scale from microseconds to eons, or any size from the microscopic to galactic scales, everything is changing. Cells are constantly dying and regenerating. Seasons come and seasons go, ice age and eons pass. Stars are exploding into supernova and being reborn. It's said that every cell in the human body is replaced every 7 years. Now this isn't strictly true. Some of the neurons that we are born with never actually replace on a cellular level throughout our entire lifetime. Having said that, there are 75 trillion cells in our bodies. Some of them have time scales of seconds and are constantly replenishing themselves. So an average of 7 years is probably fanciful, but I get what the idea is saying. So for people who are so good at dealing with change on a cellular level, why are we so bad when changes happen to us? For some changes that are unexpected, massive, or happen suddenly, this triggers a threat response in our brain. This floods our bodies with stress hormones, cortisol and noradrenaline, which ready our body for fight or flight. I made a whole video about how to deal with stress, which you can watch after this by clicking the card. So there's a problem with this response to change. While cortisol is great for super focusing on one thing for a short amount of time or making a fast getaway, this isn't really the best response to change. And likewise, noradrenaline raises your blood pressure, increases your anxiety and irritability, which again isn't the best way to deal with change. Wait, so getting anxious and running away isn't the best way to deal with change? I've been doing it wrong this whole time! So what can we do if our brains are designed to deal with change in such an unhelpful way? Well, the first thing we need to do is help our brains stop perceiving this change as a threat and start seeing it as a puzzle. When a problem is presented to us that our brains really want to solve, it lights up the frontal and prefrontal lobes of our cerebral cortex. That's the bit in our brains that are much bigger than other animals, where we're just really designed to work out things logically. And this helps us logic our way out of problems. So one way of moving something from a threat to a puzzle is to write down everything within the change that you have some element of control over. This is where our brains start to thrive. Work out the problems that you need solving, write them all down and put them at the front of your mind. And if you can't work it out straight away, don't worry. Even when you're doing menial tasks like reading or housework, your brain is still working on these problems in the back of your mind, which is sometimes why when you're doing some unrelated task, an idea just pops into your head out of nowhere. There's quite a lot of papers on this phenomenon that I'm going to share in the description box below. But Steph, what about all those things I can't control? What if that's the bit that's overwhelming? The solution to this is information. If you can't help this change and it seems inevitable or scary, then write down everything that you would like to know about it. And then you can find someone who's in the know or also being affected, and you can get as much information from them as possible. And then another way to help convince your brain that this is not a threat is to focus on all the good things that might happen from this change. In this case, what you want to do is write down every single possible good outcome from this change. Focus on those and help yourself not be your own worst enemy in these situations. World Mental Health Day is just around the corner on the 10th of October. And dealing with stresses or big changes in your life can be one of the big triggers to mental ill health. In fact, in the UK, 3 out of 4 adults have felt so stressed in the past year that they have felt overwhelmed or couldn't cope. To help with this, Mental Health UK are encouraging people from all over the country to host tea and talk events. This is where you can get together with friends, family or colleagues, have some cake and have a good natter over a cup of tea. And at the same time, you can help raise money for charity. And if you want to know more about this, I'll put a link in the information box down below, along with some useful resources, hints and tips about how to cope with change. Remember, you're not alone in this, so the first thing you should really be doing is going and asking for help. So my question for you is, have you ever had a big change in your life? If so, how did you cope with it? What's life like now on the other side? I would love to have a conversation about this in the comment section with you. And like always, if you have any other comments, corrections or suggestions, leave them in the comment section as well. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Science with Steph. Please like it if you did, and please share this video if you're able to. It really helps out my channel. I bring out new videos every Friday, so to be sure that you don't miss another video from me, please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you're notified when I upload, which should be every week. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Science with Steph. If you want to watch my last video, you can click here, or if you want to watch my video all about how to cope with stress, then please click here. If you would like to subscribe, you can click somewhere else on the page, and that should be it for this week. See you again soon. Bye. So getting anxious and running away isn't the best way to deal with change. I've been doing it wrong this whole time.